Hello, dear friends, and welcome to the Early Music Podcast. My name is Darina Ablogina. The European Early Music Association, REMA, is currently going through a process to encourage transition for its members, more sustainability, inclusion, diversity, access for audiences, and artists. Early music today embraces a multitude of perspectives, breathing new life into age-old compositions while challenging the boundaries of what we once understood about this era. In this episode, we will discuss how diversity, be it cultural, musical, or interpretive, has played a key role in shaping the evolution of early music. I invite you to join our conversation about historical texts that are used in music and how to deal with it.
Hi, my name is Georg Krones. I'm the chairperson of ΑΡΤ HOUSE 17. I play the viola da gamba and the double bass. I'm part of the production team.
I'm Thomas Höft and I'm also in the artistic direction of ΑΡΤ HOUSE 17, and we are doing mostly music theatre, a lot of queer music theatre, also with historic connotations.
Hello, my name is Michael Hell and I'm the musical director of ΑΡΤ HOUSE 17, and I'm a harpsichordist, a recorder player. I do a lot of arrangements of our music.
Could you define for ourselves and for our listeners, what does diversity mean to you?
Diversity is a big topic personally and artistically for me. If you see what is early music, then you have mostly the experience that is a very, very problematic topic, because we are playing music mostly by white male dead composers in a very, very ugly historic situation, like dictatorships, people like Louis XIV or the French autocrats, and we are dealing with times and with people who are in a situation that is the opposite of diverse. It's all male connotated. In Rome in the 17th, 18th century, women could not sing, of course not in churches and not on stage. We have restrictions, oppressions, and we have, of course, all this by excluding people of color, people of different religions, people of different ways of expression of sexuality, all impossible. And so we think, why we do this? Maybe we have to stop, and maybe you have to do something totally different. But there is, for example, castratos. There is in Naples the Famiglielli. There is different things. If you look closer, you have a broad variety of people acting in this and doing their best to make a better life possible and to include more people. And this is diversity for me, to search for these moments where is in history and in art history bigger diversity and openness against suppression, against a dictatorship, against excluding people. And this is what we want to use to express ourselves and to give a positive utopia to our listeners. The core of diversity is not to clean up, but mix. It's the mixed culture, the mixed sounds, the mixed music.
How do you think diversity affects the field of early music?
I'm speaking now about different perspectives of production of music and how it sounds at the end. If we find ourselves having a conversation about how a person is putting music on stage, what we can do with this diversity is we find the respect for persons who sing their heart out. We would love to find that respect, and if we go with it to the audience, they won't mind, I hope.
2 years ago, we did the Utrechter Passion in the festival in Utrecht, and Thomas wrote a complete new text for the St. John's Passion. People came and they said, this concert was about us.
Yes, we are confronted all the time with things seeming traditional, seeming for years and years and years okay, because they are our cultural heritage, like the text of the Passions of Johann Sebastian Bach. If you read them really, you find a lot of horrible things: anti-Semitism, racism, very bad behavior against females, all these ideologies connecting with earlier times and the major topics of these times.
Some of the early music performances put away the content, and you just hear the superficial part, which is so beautiful. There's different ways how to deal with this conundrum, with the problematic situation, and there's many solutions.
In modern theatre, of course, people are thinking of this because the text is the main topic, and they change. They change because they cannot stand the ideology behind. To inform people, they take Shakespeare and they rethink Shakespeare. And this we did with the St. John's Passion. We changed it. We have beautiful music by Bach, but I put away singled all the text, and I wrote a new one. So it's not the Passion anymore of Jesus Christ, but it's the Passion of queer people tortured in centuries. So this is the queer passion. So the evangelist isn't an evangelist, it's a storyteller. Do what they did in the Baroque times. They have a different singer, they change. They have a different king, they change. We, taking this, we can change. And this is performance praxis. Why not?
I strongly believe that a concert should not be just a museum. So it's not the reenactment of the past, and what is the value in doing that? All this on CD, so one can listen to basically all the works there are. Good recordings or not so good recordings, that's not so important, but it's all there. We have to give a new meaning. We have again to find situations. Why is it worth to tell stories again?
How do you research queerness in the pieces of all times?
It's hidden, but it's there. So you find like an historian like Steidler. She wrote a book about not only queer but transgender people in the 18th century, because they exist. We know about them mostly from tragedies, from jurisdictions that they were killed because being against God's law. We went to Naples to talk about the tradition of the Femminelli, what is trans people in the history of Naples, and there are connections. And if you're open, if you're looking and searching for it, you will discover a lot. And in measures of sustainability, we can tell all the people like, oh, we have to do like it was. No, like Michael said, there are recordings and there are printed scores. It's all there. We don't have to do it again. To be really up to date is to find new ideas and to find what is hidden. And this is, I think, our task as early musicians.
Thank you very much for this fascinating talk.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for listening to our episode. Please find all the additional information in the description box. I wish you all the best. Bye.